Alex was assigned a room that was completely bare and stripped of everything besides the essentials: a bed, a metal chair, and a dresser, and a lamp. He resided there for the rest of the night, though he got no sleep for hours. He spent the entire night staring out the window into the endless forest of Colorado. He must have questioned himself hundreds of times, wondering if it was all real, or if he was going to wake up any minute and find himself back at home with Grandpa Henry. But it never happened. Alex was going to get the chance to be a hero he dreamed of being, whether he liked it or not. The woods were a perfect training spot. Plenty of ground, cover, and privacy. Hunting season was over, so there was not another human in sight. The brisk mountain air was much colder than Alex had anticipated, and the wild animals howled, making sounds that shook him to the very core. Shira woke Alex at the crack of dawn, and while his eyes were barely open, she flung him outside and began training. He landed face first on the ground, motionless, still unable to shake the headache he suffered from the night before.
Rise, Alexander. You can sleep when you're dead.
He glared at her for the unnecessary comment. Not cool, Shira. I'll sleep when I'm tired.
You will sleep when I say you can sleep,
She firmly said, but Alex just rolled his eyes at her, completely uninterested in what she had to teach. This is dumb. I can shoot electricity from my hands. I don't need to train. Why don't you just show me where to point and I'll shoot, he said.
You insolent little... Is your entire species this abrasive, or is it a pubescent thing? Listen here, Alexander. You have these abilities is like tossing an X-57 plasma cannon to a new recruit and sending him into battle without any training. He's going to get a lot of people killed. By itself, having kinetic powers does not make you any more qualified to be a superhero than having a gun makes you qualified to be a soldier. Now stop wasting my time and prepare yourself.
Shira moved in closer and closer. She closed her eyes.
First off, Alexander, take a deep breath and channel the power that has always been inside you. Meditation is the beginning of mastering your abilities. Once you grasp that, you can utilize your power, and the headaches I know you have been feeling will go away, Shira explained.
What's the deal with that anyway? Ever since you showed up, it's like bombs continues to going off in my head.
You are not used to the kinetic pressure. Beings with a high signature naturally emit a kinetically charged, pressurized aura. What you are feeling right now is mine. With time, you will grow accustomed to them and even learn to mask your own.
She explained. The sooner the better. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Focus. Feel the energy surging through your body. Visualize the sparks that flicker, beginning to be released.
Even though Alex was listening intently, he couldn't help but laugh. You sound like Mr. Miyagi.
I don't know who this person of whom you speak is, but I will advise you not to interrupt me again. Now bring your hands inches apart and concentrate the energy between them.
Alright, whatever, he said to her.
Depending on the person's or species, there can be several different kinds of kinesis. To this day, we are still discovering different types.
Understood, he said. Alex began sparking electric current surges through one hand to another. It was pathetic at first, but for the next hour he focused on holding it.
The more you use your kinesis, the stronger and more in control you will be,
Shira explained. Alex smiled with enthusiasm at the possibilities. Do you always have to talk so cryptically? Look, you ripped me away from my family because of some alien war. Stop beating around the bush, he demanded.
Listen here, human. I ripped you away from your insignificant life, as you so elegantly put, because the Znaku will be here someday, and you are nowhere near ready for them,
she retorted. Clearly frustrated, Alex snapped. Okay, new plan. You deal with them, and when they get here, I'm going back home, he said as he started walking in the other direction.
I will have no choice but to Alexander. They have undoubtedly picked up on my kinetic signature and tracked me down.
Shira explained. Good, problem solved. Now beam me back home, or whatever it is you do, Alex said.
Though faint, they will find yours as well, along with anyone else who emits kinetic energy, and they will most likely hunt you down one by one and then kill your loved ones. I am the only chance you have to prevent that,
she confidently said. Enough of this crap. I want to know exactly what I'm up against. Who are these Zanaku?
I could try to explain them to you, but I do not think that you're ready for that,
she responded. How about you let me be the judge of that? Tell me what happened.
To appreciate the horrors of war, it is something that I must show you.
Okay, he responded in confusion.
I'm going to telepathically link with you. Just relax your mind and clear your thoughts.
Alex did as instructed, and Shira's eyes began to emit a white glow. In a flash, Alex was seeing the collective memories of citizens and soldiers of Caloran. But what was truly shocking was the landscape. He looked around and marveled at its sheer beauty. All the trees gleamed with luster, and they were covered with pristine white bark and shimmering golden leaves. The lake next to them was crystal clear and shined like the glint of light broken on glass. In the distance, he saw deep blue mountains that scaled the land. Towering skyscrapers shrouded the city. The beautifully crafted architecture was on a level he had never seen before. Everything was peaceful until he reached a horrifying reality. He was stuck on an alien world with no way to get back. So that's chapter 1.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we don't have any time to read any further.
First question, how did you come up with the planet, the storyline, you know, what was the basis?
Well, we're really big into like comics and like superheroes and stuff like that, and we're really big into sci-fi and everything. So we kind of like have like this memory of everything we've seen, and we just kind of create our own stuff, you know.
Yeah. We wanted to take the best attributes of a lot of the more recognizable stories that you've heard of Star Wars, Star Trek, and we just wanted to put it all together to make something really amazing.
But more importantly, we tried to be as original as possible.
Yeah.
Do you have a question?
How do you divide up the writing chores?
We actually get asked that a lot. Yeah.
It all depends on how we're feeling on the day. Like if I feel like doing like a fight scene, I'll handle the fight scene. If Greg feels like doing the fight scene, he'll handle the fight scene.
Right.
But more or less, we just divide it between chapters. You know.
We try to cater to each other's strengths. Laz is good at writing action scenes. I tend to focus more on character development and things of that nature, plot. So that's kind of how we broke it up. And hopefully, by the time you read the book, you won't be able to tell where I write or Laz writes. It'll just be seamless and be one story.
How did you guys meet and hook up as co-writers?
Oh well, Greg was actually an employee at a Mazda dealership where I started working, and we kind of just hit it off as friends at the dealership. And then he showed me his story. This is all his story, and like he gave me a bunch of notes and everything like that, and I was really interested into it. So I kind of just took all of his notes, read everything, and like mashed it all together to make a story, and we just worked together that way. Like I fell in love with his story as soon as he told it to me, and that's really how we started this whole book thing.
Yes. So that is Kinetic, the First Alliance. Like we said, it's going to be the first series.
First book in a series.
First book in a 3-part series. The next book is going to be called Kinetic Insurrection. So if you like the first book, trust us, you're going to love the second book. And thank you all for listening. And the book's available for purchase.